Hello, and welcome to Health Coach in a Box. I'm your health coach, Amaya Antoinette, and I'm super excited and grateful that you have joined me today. So, to keep up with the topic of emotional well-being, right? And if you haven't watched the other videos, I put another video up about gut health and how it affects your emotions, especially things like depression. Okay, then I'll also put up a video talking about my journey with depression. So today, this video is all about mood boosting nutrients that you need to include in your diet to support you with regulating your mood. Okay, so you make sure you want to listen up for this. Okay, so let me share my screen. This is going to be quick today, but it's going to be quick and informative. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, here we go. Okay, today's presentation is called Mood Boosting Nutrients for Emotional Well-Being. Okay, so we're gonna hop right in. So we know that good nutrition is not just about like having good physical health, right? Of course, that's important. We need good physical health. However, it's not just about that. It's about mental health, right? And a lot of times, like, we don't always think that what we eat can affect us mentally, but what we eat affects everything. Okay. We are whole beings, right? Everything in our bodies, like, is connected. It's like everything is connected to something else, right? Nothing is like just isolated, right? So the thing is, we have to be mindful about the food we put in our body because it affects the whole, right? Okay, so I'm going to share with you 4 nutrients that can support, dealing with depression. It can support better mood. And once again, I want to let you know, like, I'm not a doctor. I am a health coach. Okay, I'm not a therapist or anything like that. I'm just someone who has dealt with depression. I have dealt with these things, and I've done a lot of research over the years, and I support clients with this stuff. And this is just, this is my jam. So, but I'm not a doctor. I always say do your own research, because at the end of the day, it's about empowerment, right? And you don't get empowered by just listening to me give you information. You get empowered by saying, oh, I'm going to look more into that. Okay. I'm going to like dig into this a little bit more. So this is just to get you started. Okay. So first nutrient on the list, omega-3 fatty acids. Okay. So let me see if I can just zoom in a little bit. So you can see this a little bit more. Okay, cool. So omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, so specifically EPA and DHA. Those are the type omega-3 fatty acids you want to focus on. And why do we need them? Brain health. Okay, we need that brain to function. Okay, and it's directly related to what you eat. Like your food that you put into your body affects your brain health. Okay, inflammation, right? So we know in the previous video, like inflammation, we don't want too much. Like we can have enough when like the body needs to respond to something foreign, right, in the body. It's like it's not supposed to be here. Inflammation occurs. That's healthy, but we don't want the chronic inflammation, right? So omega-3 fatty acids help with that inflammation. Also, omega-3 fatty acids help neurotransmitter function, right? So we talked about that in the previous video about like how neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine and GABA and glutamate, like all those things, like need to be balanced and functioning properly, right? Because it directly affects your mood, right? And what are some ways to get omega-3 fatty acids? So you all know that I am pushing a plant-based diet, right? Plant-based whole foods diet, not plant-based like Beyond Burger. Let's be clear, okay? Not Beyond Burger, not like, all the places with all the soy, not talking about that, but true like whole based, plant-based food, right? We want to make sure that we're getting in plant-based sources of that because it's super important for our brain health. So one, flax seeds. Okay, flax seeds are like these little powerful seeds, and I love to use flax seeds daily. Just some tips: you can get them grounded, which I think is better because like if you get the full seed, then you have to like ground it yourself. So you can get some grounded flax seeds, literally put it in a smoothie, right? Boom, there you go. You don't even really taste it, okay? But flax seeds are so super helpful. Just a side note, if you have like any constipation, you do like any gut health issues and like, have a hard time the food flowing through, add some flaxseed to that diet, honey. And it's a great replacement for things like Metamucil, which is like full of like dye and chemicals. Like we don't want that. So flaxseed for the win. Also chia seeds. Chia seeds also another powerful seed, little tiny things, and you can actually make like a chia seed pudding, which is super good. Or you can also like throw that in the smoothie too. And walnuts. Walnuts are one of like, I believe, don't quote me, but I believe they're one of like the only nuts that have like a really high percentage of omega-3 fatty acids. I think walnuts like are the highest. And you can throw those in the smoothie. Like some ways I use walnuts as like just a snack. But also in smoothies, it's great to add that fiber, protein, and omega-3 fatty acids. Okay. Next nutrient is vitamin D. So we can't talk about improving your mood, right, without vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin, right? So what does vitamin D do? It helps regulate your mood. Like we need the sun. Okay. We need raw. We need the sun. Okay. And I know like there are like some foods, like food things you can eat that has vitamin D in it, maybe like fortified foods, but also like sardines. But on this channel, we are pushing plant-based and plant-based eating, right? Not even just pushing, but advocating, right? So the way you can get this nutrient is to just get outdoors. Yes, get outside, get in that sun. Yes, it's so funny because when I was younger, I like as a chocolate girl, right? I did not want to get in the sun because I didn't want to get darker. Crazy. Now I'm like, give me all the sun, bathe me. Yes. Okay. So make sure you get outside. And even like if it's like wintertime and it's not that much sun, not super sunny, you're still getting sunlight when you go outside. You may have to stay out there longer, but you are still getting that sun. And the thing is, like, when your body hits the sun, it helps your body create the vitamin D. Like it literally allows your body to synthesize vitamin D. So we want to get outdoors. Okay. The next nutrient is magnesium. Okay, so I was doing research and it looks like magnesium is like one of the minerals that like maybe 75-90% of Americans are deficient in, which makes sense because the soil is all jacked up. So I get it. Magnesium. Everybody needs to be supplementing with magnesium. When I say supplementing, I mean like using whole foods like raw cacao. But let's get into, I'll talk about that in a minute. So magnesium really just helps like you chill, right? Relax. Okay. Magnesium, you can find it in things like spinach and kale, right? You can find it in nuts and seeds, and you can find it in whole grains, beans, and dark chocolate. So one way I love to get my magnesium, y'all, it's so delicious. Okay. Is raw cacao. So if you are familiar with hot chocolate, like I guess maybe that's like Swiss Miss, maybe. Not that hot chocolate, but raw cacao is like the unadulterated, like real chocolate, right? So I use that, maybe like a teaspoon or like 2 teaspoons. It depends if I want to like super chocolatey. And I put it in like a plant-based milk. I warm it up, put it in a blender with some dates to make it really sweet. And it's like the perfect drink. Magnesium, it's like the perfect way to get your magnesium. So yeah, but those are some ways you can get it. The whole grains, beans, dark chocolate, leafy greens, nuts, and seeds. Make sure you get your magnesium in. And let's see where we at. Oh, B vitamins. Okay, so I made this bigger at first, and now I gotta make it small. Okay, here we go. Okay, so B vitamins. So what do B vitamins do? So they're involved in the synthesis and regulation of key neurotransmitters. Okay, so it directly affects your body's ability to also produce, right, and regulate the key neurotransmitters once again, like dopamine, serotonin, GABA, right, like glutamate, all those things. Like we need B vitamins. And it's so funny because like I know people are like really big into like, hey, I'll take like a vitamin, like a pill, right? I'll just supplement with the pill form, right? But the thing is, we want to make sure we're getting this from whole foods as much as possible, because most of the time, like, these vitamins are made in a lab, it's made with chemicals, it's isolated, right? So your body still doesn't recognize it the same because it's man-made. It's just, I mean, it just is. So sometimes people do have to supplement. I'm not like, do your own research. I'm just sharing what I have learned, what I know. But also, once again, do you, boo. Do what works for you. So another reason why we need vitamins is also critical for proper brain function. And we need the brain to function properly, right? So some ways to get B vitamins is to eat your veggies. Like, eat your veggies. I know I got some fish on here and egg. This was not the right picture, but you know what? We're just gonna keep it and go with it. But imagine that the salmon and the eggs aren't there, because I am advocating for a plant-based diet. It's all good. So eat your veggies, right? And another way, even like an awesome way to supplement just what you eat, is to do green juices. Like, do a green juice. Like, I think everyone should invest in a juicer. I do. I think everyone should invest in a juicer because it is just life giving in so many ways. And instead of going to like those juice bars and spending like $10, $12 for an 8 ounce of celery juice, like, you can just invest in a good juicer and it'll give you more. You'll get more than it's a great investment. You'll get more than what you invested in the long run. So yes, get your B vitamins in, eat your veggies, ignore the salmon and eggs I have on the screen, and drink some green juice. And a simple green juice recipe, like, I use a lot, is cucumbers. Okay, cucumbers have a ton of water in it, so it helps to create like the juice, right? So the cucumbers, I'll do kale. And I'll do like a green apple and like and ginger, because ginger always just like gives it a little extra spice, and ginger is really good for gut health, for inflammation. Like, ginger is the bomb. But yeah, so just like a really simple juice. Just make sure you get your greens in, because you can juice a lot more greens than you can eat, right? So juicer for the win. And conclusion, right? Making sure that you incorporate these foods in your diet. So you want to make sure you incorporate the omega-3 fatty acids, the B vitamins, vitamin D, and the magnesium. Like, all of this supports your ability to regulate your mood, right? And we want to make sure you regulate your mood. So I have my little contact page here. So you can follow me on TikTok, okay, for more like short videos. Like, people on TikTok, I know it's not like the longest attention span. So TikTok, here on YouTube. Also, you can find me on Facebook at Amaya Antoinette. And if you have like questions and you're trying to get more information, you want to work with me, whatever the case may be, like, you can email me at amayahealthcoaching@gmail.com, and I'll stop my screen share. But yeah, it was awesome having you here, and like, just being mindful of the foods that you eat. Like, it is important. It is so important. And they say, like, you are what you eat. You literally are what you eat, and it affects you on just so many levels. So I hope you found that helpful. It was a pleasure having you here with me today, and I look forward to seeing you around in the next video. That's all I got for you. Peace.